is a Dirt Trax test ride.
The way I see it, there are two kinds of people who buy mud ATVs. There are the kind who only ride in the mud and need a specific kind of vehicle to do it, and the kind who only ride trails, but whose trails often have very muddy sections that can be challenging. This type of rider wants the mud-specific upgrades like rad relocates, snorkels, high-clearance suspension components, and winches, but they don't necessarily need the outrageously aggressive dedicated mud tires. And this is where our story begins today. As manufacturers continue to push their mud ATVs to be more singularly focused on riding in the mud, they inevitably become less attractive to that second kind of buyer. Which is why I think CFMOTO's new CFORCE 1000 MV and the way it is spec'd is exactly what the ATV industry needs right now. It has all the mud-specific goodies both types of riders are looking for, but has a few specs that make it far better on the trail than anything else in the mud ATV class. Let's start by looking at the CFMOTO CFORCE 1000 just in general. All models are based on the 2-up long wheelbase chassis. They all feature a 963cc single overhead cam V-twin engine that outputs a claimed 84 horsepower. As far as I'm concerned, this engine is absolutely fantastic. It's got loads of bottom end that's perfect for tackling anything that's thrown in its way. It also features multiple throttle modes, so you can tailor the throttle curve and power output to any situation, and power is transferred through CFMOTO's in-house designed OmniDrive CVT. Electronically managed engine braking, tri-mode DPS, LED lighting, and a full-color TFT display are standard across all CFORCE 1000 models. The lower arms up front are arched, and out back you'll find a trailing arm suspension design. Travel for the 1000 MV is listed as 7.3 up front and 9.3 out back. Interestingly, that's 1.5 inches less travel up front, but 0.5 inches more travel in the rear than the other CFORCE 1000 models, and I am not sure why this is. The 1000 MV gets the standard suite of mud-specific upgrades, starting with its rad being relocated to the front rack. The setup here is nice looking and it's sturdy. The plastic guard over the rad just snaps in place and it can be removed for easier cleaning. I like that the louvers in it will grab air and force it over the rad when you're moving. The rad itself can also be tipped forward to access your coolant reservoir, your fuses, and to clean the back of the rad itself. CVT and engine air intake has been cleanly integrated into this little snorkel setup right here that sits right in front of your handlebars. Now when I look at it, the holes look pretty small to me, but it definitely doesn't seem to affect performance. Like pretty much all CFMOTO off-road vehicles, a winch comes standard, but on the MV it's been moved up higher for easier access when you're stuck. I also like the heavy-duty tow hooks on either side of the winch, which should make attaching someone else's winch a lot quicker if you're in big trouble. Between the bars, you're going to find a mud strap. In the footwells, you're going to find aggressive raised steel foot platforms. And underneath the vehicle, you'll find a full set of HDPE skid plates to help you slide over those hidden obstacles in the mud. The hallmark of any mud ATV is its tire and wheel package. And this is where I think CFMOTO has targeted a typically overlooked section of the market with the 1000 MV. Instead of ridiculously aggressive mud tires that are great in the mud but pretty terrible everywhere else, the 1000 MV is spec'd with a 14-inch beadlock wheel wrapped in a 30-inch CST Wild Fang tire that features an aggressive tread that will be good in the mud, but not so aggressive to be terrible on the trail. In fact, these tires are surprisingly good on the trail, and when you combine them with this set of compression and rebound adjustable piggyback shocks, you get an ATV that can be set up to ride great on the trail, then be stiffened up to be more capable in the mud. CFMOTO is the only company offering adjustable shocks on their mud-focused ATV models, and everyone here at Dirt Trax thinks it's about dang time. I see CFMOTO's CFORCE 1000 MV as a bit of a unicorn in the ATV industry. Instead of building a mud-specific ATV with a singular focus, they built an ATV that is highly capable in the mud, but can also appeal to the gnarly trail riding crowd. If you do spend all your time in the mud and want even more traction, you could just swap to your favorite set of mud tires. But for the rest of us who want to ride technical trails that include, but are not limited to, deep mud, the 1000 MV is pretty much the perfect choice. And in Canada, it's still backed by CFMOTO's 5-year limited warranty.
Subscribe and comment below for real interaction with the Dirt Trax crew.